Hey tubers, today we've got a little Transit Connect. It's circa 0506, 1.8 variety diesel. Originally came in with a water leak and no clutch, so it came on the back of a Grua pickup truck. So the clutch's done, now I just need to find the water leak or coolant leak. So I'll give it a little visual. So there's a coolant down there. Now the thermostat housing is generally a good place to start with these. If you can see, that bolt is the top of the thermostat housing. Quite a big plastic unit on these, and they're pretty common for it. I mean, that looks like there's coolant residue on there. I think what I'll do is I'll pressurise the system, leave it a few minutes, and we can hopefully see where the coolant's escaping from. It's a bit of a mess, this whole go. Hopefully that's the right adapter. I'm sure it was a Ford that I used this one the last time. Right, so I'll get some pressure in the system. Right, that's nicely pressurised now. Oh. Do it again. Make sure it's really tight enough. Yeah, that's tight enough. Try again. Get some pressure in the system. Just start having a look around for evidence of coolant leaking. Oh, I see some coolant. I'll get you in there. Yes. Right. Now this is going to be very difficult to see. What I'll do is I'll set up my camera so that you can see the coolant leak on this. There you go. That's your coolant leak. Now, as I said, I'm just underneath that thermostat housing there. So if I go in from the top, you can see how where that is around there. Oops. There you go. I mean, they're making them out of plastic, it's crazy. Easiest way to get to this will be drain out the coolant, undo this and this clamp, and remove the intercooler. Then we should have a fair bit of space behind. Right, let's have that. Remove this intercooler. A couple of torque bits there and there. Try and find the right size. Looks like it's got to be a number 25. Oh, that's a 15 in my hand. It's not what I want. Let's put a 15 and a 25 in my hand. on the same this side. So we have this to undo, this to undo. Looks like and 4 bolts. Hopefully that enough room just to wiggle them back. That'll be that one. Right, I'll do that 10. So there's a 10 just in here, which I'll undo. There's another on this side as well. This one's got a washer on it. Got some movement on this one there. Right. Little multi-plug here. Just there. And then we have the 4 bolts to undo. They're 8. Be a bit careful with this because sometimes they can be holding oil. I will drain it out before I put it back. If it has. They're the other 2, they're all the same length. Now we can get a better view of what is leaking. Oops. It's leaking from above here. So looking at this, we have looks like a 10, a 10, a 10, and I think the other bolts are for the thermostat itself. So remember, you've got to drain out your coolant, and then we can see about getting this off. So I've drained out the coolant. That looks rather grim, doesn't it? The way I did this, you're going to need a light here. Show you. Just got a drain plug here. Just undone it. Now do it up. But just finger tight. Don't go mad with it. Careful you don't cross thread it because it's all plastic. As you can see, that's nice and nipped up. No tools needed, just all by hand. As I said, it's all plastic. I don't think I said, but just make sure that your heater is in the hot position before you start. That way the valve's open and you should get all the coolant out of it. So we've got a little bit more room to work in here now, So get this pipe off, the top hose, get this pipe off and start unbolting and see how we get on. Now hopefully you can see where I'm getting at here. Got the first bolt, 8. Now these bolts are quite corroded. Hopefully it's only the ends and it hasn't gone all the way down the threads, because that would make life difficult if it has. So that one's just basically for your dipstick. We've got a hose clamp, it's a small one here. So I'll get it there. And then we've got the bigger one here. You know what, let's undo this sensor multi-plug. Give us a bit more room. There we go, that's that one. Okay. Okay. That's all right. That is nice. Not scary at all. May have to remove this fuel pressure sensor. Let's see, we might be able to negotiate around it. Well, I'm very happy that they came out. Very happy indeed. Well, but that one's out anyway. This one should follow suit. It's hand tight now. I wish you didn't have that one now. Right, that's hooked right up against that housing there. If I can just put it out. Once I've got my hose clip pliers on it, then and get it out, then we can worry about the rest of it. We can see what we can do to make our life easier afterwards. Just can't get the angle that I need on it, because there's a bracket that holds the spider for the fuel distribution on it. Let's lock these pliers in place. Oh, well, we didn't lock into place very well, but we got on the clamp. So if we got on there once, we can go on there twice. Now, I'll quickly show you, guys and girls and peeps. That in there. I'm sorry about going upside down. I'll change it and let it in. There we go. That's the pipe. I'll give this a good clean up. So it's had a good clean up. Also, if you notice, I've got my hose clamp pliers already locked on to the clamp. Let's get the new unit on. So I've given that a good clean up. Also given it a flush. Hopefully we've got rid of most of the nasty brown stuff out of it. Hose clamp pliers are on the clamp, ready to go. Hopefully it's going to play ball with us. So let's get the bolt back on. Make sure that hose clamp is where it should be. Also, this probably isn't very good watch for you guys. So I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not going mad, just a really thin coat in there. Because it does to me look like cooler's shovelled up. I can't remember which vehicles it is where you have to do that, so I'm doing it on this one. Yes, you can criticise me and say, don't be lazy, look at service data, and you're probably right. Yeah, if I remember, these are about 8 newtons, and bear in mind it's plastic, but it does have a metal collar all the way through it, or metal bush all the way through it, but you still don't want to crack the plastic. And all you're doing is basically squeezing that rubber seal onto the head. So that's in place now. So I was fighting with this pipe for so long, couldn't get the seat right. I've taken off the spider, and now there's 3 bolts, and I'm going to remove this bracket and build it back up. I know it's going to involve bleeding up the system, but there you go. I mean, this sits in here. Like so, and there's 2 bolts, bolt there. Of course, everything just goes onto it. I did think about it, and I was trying to think of the quickest way to do it with that clamp, and that's what I found. I mean, there's probably a better way. Leave it in the comments if so. But now I'm happy that I can see that pipe, because I didn't want to put it all back together and have an issue with it leaking from where that hose clips onto it. So that hose clamp, so I kind of just thought, you know what, for the sake of 15-20 minutes, I'll crack on with that paper. And it literally is a few minutes work. as long as it doesn't make a liar out of me now. At this point I'll probably do it without taking that clamp off, but I'm this far, might as well go all the way. That's from the bottom of the clamp, that one there. I've got 10mm in here. That's the short one, the top one. So there's 2 10s, the short one goes in the top, the long one goes in the bottom, and there's a 13 which goes on the left. Right, so this is out of the way. And that makes life a whole lot easier. So if you're doing this at home, that's the way I recommend. Much better job of that. So this was at the top on the left. Oops, there we go. 13. And literally it's a few minutes of your time doing this way. The short one is right hand side top. And that's the short 10. The slightly longer 10 is in the bottom. I need a little to drop it again. Okay. As I always say, make sure you start everything by hand. That's the bottom one sucked up. Do the top 10 now. And now we can put the distributor back on. Yeah, imagine they call it distributor, do you think? I always called it spider. You have to be so careful with these, whatever you do, don't cross-thread them. And this is going to introduce some air into the fuel system, but the diesel filter's full. We may just be able to get over that. Nip these up, these are 17s. Don't go mad on them. Put them up first, give them something to spy it on. Just looking at that. I've got a little bit more movement on that one. Now we can do up our fuel lines. Don't go mad with these. I've done enough fuel lines to know how they feel. On top of the injectors next. So where are we at with this now? All the fuel lines are back on, so that took a few minutes to do, and I'd really recommend, unless you can get that clamp off easily or you've got a special tool for it, whip that off. So we've got 2 hoses to go on now. This one and this one. And we have the multi-plug, wherever it's decided to live. This one here that goes in the fuel sensor. Dragged out the intercooler. Wasn't much in it, to be fair. Quite surprised. I'm explaining. Oh. Multi-plug, don't forget that. I've been a lover of these. I was in the UK, didn't see that many. I mean, obviously, see some, but not loads and loads. But over here, I'd say 90% of what I'm getting now is diesel. So there are your 4 bolts that we took out. Again, they're 8mm. They just need nipping up. These clips are 7s. What? Where's that one? Now, before I get any coolant in, I'm going to run it. See if we can run it up and it not cut out. If it cuts out, then I'll just put my bleeder on the fuel filter, so it's not a biggie. Let's put these little nuts back on where they belong. A couple of little 10 mils. That one, did we? Now let's run it and just see if we're going to be lucky and we won't have to go through the bleeding process. I'm just having one of them days. That was good. Just had to bleed through that little bit of air in it. So, all good. Minutes. So I'll leave it there and we'll just go through the refilling of the coolant tomorrow. Because it's time for me to go home. Well, that's just a short video of changing the thermostat and housing complete on this little Transit Connect. Yeah, struggled a bit with one of them pipe clips, but as you see, we found a way around it. The next video I shall do will be a part 2, and I've done them before, so it's just basically putting a vacuum on the coolant system and refilling the coolant. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, like, hit the bell to get notified of my next videos, and leave comments and questions in the box below. Interested to hear your thoughts about how you might go about getting that heater hose clamp without removing the spider for the fuel distribution. Anyway, thanks for watching.